All right, today I'm going to be shooting with the Fujifilm GFX 100S and the 80mm 1.7. I figured, why not bring it out on the field? So let's get into it. I'm going to take a couple pictures. So we got a nice bush here. Excellent, excellent. Nice sound on the shutter there. We got some leading lines right here, some leading lines. I'm gonna get those real quick. And we're at F13 here, guys. We're killing it. There's a nice rock over here. You gotta be really dynamic when you're in the field, you know? Look at this. I don't know what this is, but it looks like some sort of wood. We could probably get this one at like F5.6. Yep. I need some shade. Can you get in here? Can you shade it for me? Sun's right there, man. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect. Got that nice shade in here. Just do like a slow movement as I'm walking away up into the sun. Humor?
Yeah.
Was it funny?
Jump,
The jump was good?
Little cringe was
Little cringe? All right, everybody. I'm back and I'm ready to shoot for real with the Fujifilm GFX 100S. It's time I get this show on the road here. I have my model here, Ricky. Got a nice little in-house setup just to get something going on. So we're gonna get into it. Hey everyone, my name is Evan. I'm a photographer based just north of Los Angeles, and today I'm going to be talking about this, the Fujifilm GFX 100S. Now, aside from the form factor of this camera and updated firmware, we're not looking at anything particularly new here, but what changes in form factor is huge. I'm not going to get into specs. That's not what this commentary is about. But I will just say that while the EVF is no longer detachable and has less resolution than that of the GFX 100, it still holds its own. And it makes the camera smaller and more mobile. The Tilt EVF is a huge loss for me as a photographer, and while I had no trouble pulling out the LCD and using it in a similar fashion, the experience just isn't the same. Do I miss not having to bend over or lay on the floor to get unique compositions? Absolutely. But for $4,000 in the GFX 100, I'm not complaining. The other thing is the battery grip. The GFX 100 battery grip left much desired in terms of ergonomics despite the beautiful two-tone color. And for me, the grip of the GFX 100S is still a bit tiny. The sweet spot would have been something like the Fujifilm GFX 50S with the detachable grip. Now, after talking about the negatives, what do I really think about the camera? Well, the Fujifilm GFX 100 was my all-time favorite camera for professional work. The image that comes out of this sensor is phenomenal, and Fujifilm recreating that in a smaller form factor is unbelievable. In a perfect world, the Fujifilm GFX 100 would be my studio camera, and the 100S would be something I might be more inclined to take out on location. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of money to ball out like that. Next, let's briefly talk about the 80mm f1.7 and the nostalgic neg film simulation. I could have made a separate video on the 80mm f1.7, but I'm going to make this short and sweet. I love the focal length. I love the depth of field, despite finding my time using this lens opting for something more along the lines of f2.8 in most cases. Compared to the 110 f2, there is more character with this lens and the bokeh it produces. It is busier and more reminiscent of older glass used with film cameras, for example. Now, you pair that with the nostalgic neg film simulation, And it was hard for me in some cases to even tell a difference between some of my film images and the ones I took on this shoot after some brief editing. Overall, I recommend the GFX 100S for anybody who doesn't feel that a tilting EVF is necessary but desires the utmost in image quality and dynamic range. I'm also very pleased with the 80mm lens. Anyway, that's all for today, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, don't forget to comment and subscribe.